You are not going in there!
Locker room shadows, a line is being crossed, protecting the spaces where the truth is being lost. 5 fierce women rising like a storm, to keep the boundaries steady and the safety in its form. Thunder Turf, stand your ground. Thunder Turf, the truth is found. Logic and courage, we hold the key, guarding the future for you and for me. Gatekeeper. Doors locked tight, only women inside. Legal eagle. Justice in the court, your ideology denied. Logic lock. Common sense prevails, the binary stays clear. Fair play. Trophies for the girls, no men allowed here. Shield. Protecting the kids, keeping childhood pure. Thunder Turf, stand your ground. Thunder Turf, the truth is found. Logic and courage, we
You
hold
can't
the key,
stop us!
guarding
What's the matter, boys? Feeling trapped?
Let us out!
Oh, you're not going anywhere.
The truth will shine. Thunder Turf, we hold the line. Thunder Turf, reporting for duty.
Time to clean up these streets. Let's do it! We've got this. Thunder Turfs assemble! Thunder Turfs, go!
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no! Pop, motherfucker, now she's gone! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is.
Hey guys, welcome to the program. Listen, let me set something for you real quick. For some reason, it looks like Rumble chat is not working. And of course, I'm in Facebook timeout for being a bad boy, which means if you want to do chat with the program, you want to hop on with everybody, hop over to X, hop over to my Twitter. It's still / Jovan Hutton Pulitzer, just like every other time. Click on my face there. You'll jump to the live broadcast. You'll see it. You can chat there, and I can see your chat. But unfortunately, right now, I cannot see either your Facebook chat or your Rumble chat. I will be able to see your Instagram. I will be able to see your Twitch and your X, right? So jump over there, right? Jump on over. Here you go. Hop on over. I know you're going to be harshing for the chat, since chat is such a key component of our program. So make sure you do that. I don't know what it is. Every now and then it happens with Rumble. I do not know what it is. We're going to have a hell of a program today. I'm going to warn you up front. You're going to see some stuff that's horrible. I just want to warn you. You're going to see some stuff horrible. It's age appropriate. It'll just hurt you emotionally. There's not anything that's age appropriate or inappropriate or anything like that. Also, immediately following this broadcast, I will hop over to my locals to continue my ongoing series, 50 episodes, into Islam, everything you need to know about Islam and why and who and when and where and everything like that. It's a valuable series because you have to understand, and it's like I've said before, if you don't understand how the system does it to you, you don't understand how to, well, defend against it. It's a fairly simple process, folks. If you don't understand what the hell's going on and why it's going on and how it's being done to you and everything else, you're just going to get trapped in the middle of it. Some of the ones we've covered before is Sharia law versus U.S. law. It's very eye-opening. We did the blood caravans of the Sahara. You need to know that. Well, the one that we're going to be doing right after this program is Allah told me to take your wife. Isn't it thou shalt not covet? Oh, wait. Different religion. Anyway, yeah, imagine, well, I'm going to take your wife, your beautiful young wife, and Allah told me to do it. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about. You need to understand this story. It's an interesting one. It's a very interesting historic story. So if you're on Locals or going to join Locals, look on Rumble. There's a little red oval that says join. This is an exclusive series only on Locals. And it has a lot to what I'm covering right now and what's coming, folks. You need to understand. Anyway, the crap is getting deep. It's getting seriously deep. Here's what I need you to just basically also cover your base at home. I'm asking you, please, literally, just for yourself, go to jovanlovesgold.com. I do this with my fine partners at Goldco. I'm just asking you to request your free and gold silver kit today. It's really that simple. I'm not saying clean out your savings and invest in gold. Although imagine the windfall, what would have happened if you'd had a little bit when I started telling you this at $1,400 an ounce, and it's $4,700 an ounce. But I digress. Now's the time to protect your money with gold and silver. You at least need to feed your brain. They're going to switch us to digital currency. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a down round. That's what they call it in the investment world. You can't do anything about it. Your value is going to go down. You can't do jerk squat about it. It's horrible, but it is the way it is. Okay, I've gave you a warning. Today's program is going to be very tough, but I am going to show you what they're covering for under radar. Because the death of Christians is, in fact, underway right now. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
Please, I'm begging you. There's homeless drug addicts in front of the schools. My children aren't safe.
Look, if you were a transgender migrant, I could get you a free pussy.
Let's move the drug addicts closer.
Bass already solved crime. I endorse her.
Next!
Please, I just want to rebuild my home. It's been over a year.
Mom, look!
This is a machine. If we want to burn this town to the ground,
Pull through that! I feel so close.
You can do it, Spencer!
Right now.
It ends up, when you do communism right, it works perfectly and everyone loves it.
And it only took 200 million starving to get here.
That's less than half as many as we thought.
There has been another terrorist attack with 33 dead. The American government has decided not to do anything about it since we probably deserved it.
It sure is great that abortion is now free and available for everyone everywhere.
Yeah, but it's too bad that there aren't any babies to abort since we outlawed being a heterosexual.
Murdering those families was wrong, but you're an immigrant and you probably just didn't know any better. Plus, we shut down all prisons. You're free to go.
This is wrong! You need to lock him up!
How dare you question our compassion? Execute that man immediately.
I found more letters we need to add to the acronym.
It's already so large, it's throwing off the rotation of the Earth. If we add any more letters, we'll die.
Then we die.
Everyone just stay in line and walk through the scanner. It's going to check how dark your skin is to see how many benefits you get. If I were you, I wouldn't bother.
The U.S. has run out of money.
Can't we just murder more billionaires and confiscate their wealth?
There are no more left. I'm afraid someone in our country is actually going to have to get a job and work.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence.
Warning. The following program has been rated Dilligaff and is intended for open-minded audiences. If the truth offends you, or if you are allergic to focused intensity, intellectual athleticism, or the occasional F-bomb or even irreverent humor, please switch off now. If your delicate sensibilities need to be worried about or addressed, might we recommend the Underwater Basket Weaving channel to you? Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the wisdom, insight, and wicked sense of humor.
Cut the crap. How many times a day do you want to say that to politicians? The elite, the loony liberals, the fake news media, and the gender-confused, emotional socialist snowflake crowd. Cut the crap is your secret weapon for fighting for our freedoms and our great republic. It all begins with a massive mental enema, freeing you from the toxic news and politically correct views, which constipate your consciousness with stinking thinking. Your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's known for calling out politicians and telling them to cut the crap. You've seen him on virtually every television network and listened to him on Coast to Coast Radio. And now he's here to help you learn to fight for America. Culture, race, and American politics. They all have one thing in common. They all need to cut the crap. Now, here's your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Okay, guys, the crap we're going to talk about today, crap, C-R-A-P, culture, race, and American politics, is the death of Christians is in fact underway. You may not believe it, but I'm going to cover it from 2 different angles. And for me, this is part of why the system keeps throwing chaos at us, right? They create problems that aren't there. They create dialogue that's not there, you know, like the stuff going on with Candace and Tucker and all these bullshit things that people run around and all the chaos. It is just designed to keep us away from what's really happening. So while everybody's distracted by the BS, Christians are being murdered. And it has accelerated at a horrible pace. I'm going to give you a warning kind of up front. Some of this is hard to watch, but we're going to cover it from 2 standpoints: the burning of churches and the killing of Christians. Let me kind of show you some pieces first so you kind of understand why the various numbers I'm going to be giving you. It's Astoria, New York, one of the oldest churches there. Magically, whoop. Now, some people think these are isolated, but it's not just the U.S. that's happening. It's happening all over Canada. Well, I got to be more correct to that. It's not just happening in the United States and Canada. It's happening in all the interesting European countries that have been flooded with illegals, predominantly of Islamic faith.
Easily 7, 8 fire trucks, if not more, have arrived on the scene, along with a fire inspector. You can see up.
Oh, come on, Jovan. Those are just coincidental. I wouldn't use coincidental as the word to describe it. I would use frequent and underreported. And going with churches being burned, do you think it's a coinky-dink that murdering Christians has come back into fashion globally?
In Kabul, they just murdered over 10 people.
Yeah.
Innocent Christians.
Yeah.
On Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Tinubu, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night, as you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing. You allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered. And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
I think that he's pointing to burning buildings or whatever, and all over these incidents, they're literally tending the Christians like a barbecue until they're burnt to ash, moving their charcoaled bodies around till nothing more exists while everybody stands in a circle and celebrates it. Now, yeah, they're slaughtering them, right? If you're old, they don't necessarily need to slaughter you. They just need to force you. And they counted on their little scorecard. I got you to convert. Here's a woman. She had to convert, or they'll take her medicine, which she would surely die after.
الله أكبر. كمان هذا مشان واحد يكون هيك عن رب العالمين من أهل الجنة. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله. ما شاء الله أكبر.
Yeah, door to door, going to old folks who can't take care of themselves. We're going to clean out your pantry. We're going to take all your medicines. You're going to die. Or you convert to Islam and accept Allah is the only one true God. That's the nice version.
Kace su taimaka maka su karbe ka. Ko da ka kudi ko mu kashe.
Kini wurbari dan Allah ba. Odo kudin gangun. Oyo ba ya taimaka. Dan Allah ba taimaka mun dan Allah.
Na kai wai. Ba za ka shiru ba. Kai magana mai kyau. Ba za ka rufe bakin ka don uba. Ashe da haɗin bakin ka. Wallahi su suka ce ba son ka balle mu. Wallahi muna iya mu kashe ka.
Ba dan Allah taimaka mun dan Allah. Dan Allah taimaka ba ka biya. Allah mun ne dan Allah.
Allah mu kashe ka mu. Wallahi mu kashe.
Kai. Dan Allah mu taimaka mun dan Allah.
Ba za ka yi shiru don uban kana ma mutane wani ihun ba ka ci kan buru wallahi za mu kashe ka.
Ka tambaye su yi niyya su kaga.
Ko dai su karbe ka ko mu kashe ka.
Dan Allah taimaka ka mun mi ba. Wallahi mun tadbirun. Wallahi mun tadbirun. Ya dubirun.
To.
Mun tadbirun.
Oh, that's why I'm doing this series over on Local, so you understand it. But yeah, you saw the pastors in purple with guns lead that man to the one true God. Of course, part of these connected communities, you've seen all these people gaze for Palestine and all this other stuff where this stuff happens. Here's what a lot of the radical, and I want to stress that, radical gay community celebrates this.
And you know what? There's going to be a lot more of that coming up. You know, especially at these religious areas, you know, hey, we've had enough of your kind coming after public schools, right? It's about time, yeah, churches and Catholic schools and religious schools, it's about time they get their turn. That's what I think. That's what I think. I'm just going to sit back and watch people do it. And I'm going to fucking laugh. I'm laughing about yesterday. You guys want to laugh about us? We're going to laugh about you.
What's he laughing about? Two teachers and kids being killed in schools the other day by an Islamist. Well, yeah, that one kid converting with the, you know, pastors in purple with guns saying, hey, you convert. Of course, he embraced it willingly. But there are some people that stand their ground, says, screw you, I'm not converting. Here's how it happens right now in Nigeria. Pastor refusing, absolutely refusing. No way. Islam's evil. I am not converting. Off with his head. I'm not showing you the gory parts, but at least you can understand what's going on. But I will show you cause and effect. Sometimes you can't see it. Here is a funeral procession for one of the places they attacked in Nigeria. I know this is tough to watch, but there is a tactic that goes with it. You know how in Israel, when they'll use their kid and blow up, you know, Israel soldiers and say because Allah told them to do it. And then they've got a new tactic. They wait for more soldiers and first responders to respond. And then they put another person in there, blow up again. Well, the same tactic they use in Nigeria, slaughter a bunch of innocents just for being Christian. Wait for the funeral service, come back and get more people. That's why I'm covering this, and I'm going to give you hard facts. I'm going to give you hard facts about what's going on. You're going to want to pay attention to it all. It's hard to deal with, but sometimes so you look at it graphically, you don't understand it. This is just Canada. See where your state is right across the border, right there with me? This is just in a very short period how many churches have gone up. The news is not covering this. Because when you watch the reports of everything that happened, right? What's going on in all the places, just attacking the churches. The list is outrageous, and you're only looking at the most recent, and we're talking here literally in just a few days away, and you look at them scroll by. But no, the news media does not cover this. Why? because it doesn't fit with their narrative. Okay, somebody said, when I tried X earlier, I did not get chat like Rumble. This time it showed up, but I have to take these doggies out, so I'll miss it. Anyway, oh yeah, and we have no northern border walls. And yes, it's very hard to watch this. Truth is ugly. Some people turn off the truth because it hurts. Some people turn off the truth because it realizes it challenges the thing they believe. And some people turn off the truth because they just don't want to know and want to be in bliss. But we cannot. And yeah, you talk to your relatives in Canada, they don't believe this is happening. But there it is. That's their national report. I'm going to show you how to check it by country as we go in the program. But there it is right there. People will deny themselves into death. People don't understand that Canada comes down into the United States level with Wyoming and Idaho. You tend to think it's way the hell up there. No, it's not. It dips right down in the Great Lakes, and people don't even know that. Yeah, I apologize for the Rumble chat being broken. I'm going to send out some emails this morning and ask about those things. But, right, this is the current state of affairs. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It's true. It's going on, but it's disgusting. Right? Absolutely disgusting. But we need to cover it. We need to talk about it. We need to go through it. I'm multitasking here for a minute at the moment. Give me just one gracious moment. And I got to capture something on the screen just so I can get it to the Rumble folks while I can. Okay. Let's look at these numbers. Number one, you got to understand right now, even again in Nigeria, when these attacks happen, they have cell phones just like other countries. They call. There's another interesting coincidence that's going on. Help, military and police do not show up until all the terrorists have left. Isn't that really conspicuous? The calls go out right away. We need help. This is going on. And the police and military can be down the road. But for some weird reason, they're not showing up until the terrorists have completely gone, or maybe the day later. Do you think that's a coincidence? I don't think it's a coincidence. So I want to look at these numbers, and you tell me if it's a coincidence. We're going to look at everything from the murders that are going on Christians right now to churches being burned down. I'm looking at a window that is just 2020 to now, right? Isn't that weird? Right? Just when you think, and I'm just giving you these numbers, and I'll go back in time and give you some relative things going on, because you need to look backwards in history. We'll go back to 2000 and earlier. You got to go back enough, so we'll use 26 years as the marker to understand what's going on. On October 30th in 2020, and by the way, Boko Haram does this, ISIS, ISIL, the Pakistani Taliban forces, Fulani in Nigeria, etc. All these are still out there. Every one of them, 100% being Muslim. 100% of these attacks are Muslim. They're even going on in Iraq and Iran and Syria. You don't hear about it because they don't cover their very ancient Christian communities that still live there and haven't changed their faith for thousands of years, because they're not going to do it, but they're just lopping them off. So on October 31st, 2010, there was one of these attacks in Baghdad. Al-Qaeda did it. It was an Al-Qaeda affiliate, the Islamic State of Iraq, and they went in and they stormed the Catholic church called Our Lady of Salvation. Not only did they imprison everybody, made slaves, they took hostage, they detonated devices, destroyed the church, killed all 58 of the key worshipers, the lead worshipers, the pastors, and the security. That was just on Iraqi Christians. Then on January 1st, 2011, the same thing went on New Year's Eve. Remember, they choose key dates in a Christian calendar, and they do these things. This was in Alexandria, Egypt. It again was Al-Qasim, right? But it was the Saint Coptic Church, New Year's Eve, killed 23, 97 injured, and their point was to destroy Coptic, super old Christians. September 22nd, 2013. I'm not talking age, I'm talking in how long they've practiced their Christian faith. And way back when, in Muhammad's time, refused to convert, and they're going back up, and they're picking them back up today. September 22nd, 2013, in Peshawar, Pakistan. This was, like I said, they'll do an attack, wait for responders to call, and then do an attack again. Well, this was dual suicide bombers, the All Saint Church. That's an Anglican church. And Junda Allah, that was the Taliban-linked attackers. They killed 127, and that does not include the 250 that were still alive but maimed and whatever. Like I told you, they're doing these in dual stages. It's all to inflict more danger. It's all to inflict more danger. And yes, they attack on Christian holidays. They attack on Jewish holidays. It's the plan. It's what they do. Then if we were to look at 2004, and we'll kind of go forward, ISIS did it. They issued an ultimatum to all Christians, and you had three choices. Now, I told you this in my series. This is why I'm doing the series on my locals, which you need to get on this curve, folks. By the way, if you're on Rumble, you'll click the red oval, and you can join my locals, or you can go to jovanhuttonpulitzer.locals.com. This is why I do these things. Today's teaching session is going to be Allah told me to take your wife. But the reason I do this is so you understand what you're dealing with. But I want to let you know there's three ways they deal with it. You will either convert to Islam, like I just showed you, right? Or die. If you don't want to convert at all, they're just going to cut your head off. And if they don't see any merit in you, they're going to cut your head off. But there's something in between jizya, paying jizya, Jizya, jizya. And it basically agrees, okay, don't kill me. Let me practice my faith, but I have to pay to you a weekly tax, protection money. Protection money. By the way, little known fact, I'm going to do a special coming up, again, more on slavery. I'll drop you a little bomb. You know, you're wondering why the UK has fallen as far as it has. Just so you know, the UK had a fight with the Muslim slave traders way back when, in the 1800s. And the UK basically said, okay, well, we got to stop this. We don't want it. Nobody knows this history. I'm going to cover it for you. The UK agreed to payments to Islam to not be associated with the slave trade and to agree to say it was the United States. By the way, the UK, England, I should say, just finished making those payments to Islam. Anyway, you can pay that jizya. So what happens is there's been total mass executions all over the place. Thousands and thousands and thousands killed, thousands and thousands and thousands enslaved. And this is just from 2014. News cover it? No. Nineveh, kind of like covered in VeggieTales, Nineveh, the Nineveh plains, devastated. But nobody talks about that genocide there. December 25th. This happened both in 2010. This happened both in 2011. Boko Haram comes in, bombs, destroys the churches. 40, 50, 60 killed. They take all of the girls. They make the girls slaves, sex slaves. That still goes on February 15, 2015. In Libya, ISIS went into an Egyptian Coptic church, beheaded 21. Oh, and broadcast it. Yeah. March 27, 2016 in Lahore, Pakistan. Suicide bombing by Jamaat al-Ahmar, Pakistani Taliban. They did it on Easter. 75 killed, 300 seriously injured. July 26, 2016. Saint Etienne de Roubaix, France. ISIS again. They went in, got the priest, slit his throat. During mass for his congregation, took 3 hostages, killed 3 more, killed all the priests. December 11th, 2016, Cairo, Egypt. Suicide bombing at St. Peter's and St. Paul's Coptic Church. Once again, same thing. Jihadist, Islamist, 29 killed, 47 injured. ISIS did that April 9th, 2017. Tanta and Alexandria, Egypt. Same thing. Palm Sunday. Twin suicide bombings by ISIS at St. George Church and Tanta, St. Mark's Cathedral. This was dual planned at the same time. 47 killed, 100 injured. This is the worst in the Coptic Church of modern history. May 26, 2017, Minya, Egypt. The Coptic Christians were trying to leave. They were trying to hide in the monasteries. They caught the convoy going to the monastery, killed 27, injured 22. Do you remember hearing of these in the news? You probably don't because they didn't. 2019, Sri Lanka. Multiple sites at the same time. National Tawhid Jamaah. That's ISIS aspired again. 3 bombings, 3 churches, Easter Sunday, plus hotels. 269 killed. Many, many, many more times that injured. All the churches were destroyed. They were all Christian churches. November 2nd, 2018, Minya, Egypt. They again catch the Coptic Christians, very faithful faith, caught them during pilgrimage, 7 killed, 19 injured. Just through 2010 through 2016, and we'll just look at Boko Haram, ISWAP, and Fulani militants. That's primarily Nigeria. Thousands, and you never heard it in any of our media, thousands upon thousands killed in church buildings, bombings, village raids, school attacks, all Christian, right? The one massacre in 25 killed 200 Christians. Did you hear about that? No. In this one region, they are killing 4,000 Christians a year. Do you hear anything about it? Not at all. Not at all. June 22nd, 2025, Damascus, Syria. Inside the Mar Elas Greek Orthodox Church, 25 killed, 63 injured. And so it's going on in the Middle East. This is all the ISA affiliates. They're going after the Copts. They're going after the Copts, C-O-P-T-S, Coptics. They're going after the Assyrians, the Chaldeans, all of the churches in their pilgrimage. It's happening in South Asia. That's the Pakistani faction doing their Taliban, Sri Lankan. So you got sub-African Sahara doing it, Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani. You got it going across Europe. Do you hear about this? Are any of these, put it in chat. Right now, the only chat I can see Twitch and I can see X. Sorry about the rest. Have no idea what's going on Rumble, but we'll get it fixed. I do want to remind you on my locals, this is why I've decided to do a dedicated educational series just on Islam. The one today is Allah told me to take your wife, how they justify it. Do any of you, put it in chat, are any of you hearing about all these Christian murders and church attacks? Are you hearing about it in your news? Did you know any of these mass statistics? Anybody? Any of this sounds even remotely familiar to you of what the media is covering or people are really talking about? Conservatives should be like screaming at the top of their lungs. But do people hear? Does the media talk about it? You've seen a little bit kick up on X this past year. Oh, Rumble Chat's live? Let's see. I'm going to check. Hang on. Where is it? Let me see if I can do it. Nope, I can't do chat on mine. So I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't want me to chat with you. Let me refresh and see if I can do it. Hang on. Oh, yeah, now we see it. Look at that. I hate that. Right? Pisses me off. I don't know what it is. You don't hear what's going on. They don't talk about it. Now, frankly, this is bullshit in my world. This is material. But you know why it's being hidden. Because we are under a psychological warfare plan to go back to the bullshit conquer and conquest of Islam. Barack Obama flew in almost $2 billion cash to the number one state sponsor in the world, and everybody's, oh, Trump's bad. They don't understand it. And then I think about, I just think about it. I think about people that just because somebody calls themselves a conservative and broadcasts daily, right? Some of these people that also position themselves as election experts, and they say it's a Jew-ish problem, and it's the Jews. Don't you understand it's the same fucking attack? Destroy Judaism, you destroy Christians. But some people are so historically illiterate, just want to go for the clicks. Okay, great. You made $500 on your Rumble. Are you a fucking idiot? You're selling your nation down it. Or maybe, like a Tucker might get 20 million bucks or whoever. You honestly think that's going to protect you from what's coming, and so you're going to get as much money out of the system as you can, selling all of us down the stream? Then you got, this Nick Fuentes that helps stoke, it's the Jews. And conservative broadcasters can't even say it. They're keeping up stoking, it's the Jews do this. I told you it was all psychological warfare. And then finally this Nick guy gets caught because of the Southern Poverty Law and the payments, and he helped instigate what happened in Charleston, coordinated with the KKK, and he finally comes out and go, yeah, we've got to vote blue in the midterms. I don't think somebody that is not intelligent enough to put this together, to really understand how it is, deserves your attention, but yet you still follow him. I just got a question for you. You still follow the people that says, well, I infiltrated Antifa and here it is in the machines. And you know it's bullshit, but you can't unfollow. Oh, I'm Jesus. And it's a 6-degree polynomial. And Tina Peters sits in fucking prison. And you don't even have the fortitude to unfollow. See, that's the epidemic in America. It's called apathy. People really don't give a shit. People don't really dive deep. People can't see all the connective tissue. And I've told you all of this all along. I've done my best. Stay away from Washington, D.C. back in 2020, and I'm telling you before it happened. Think about how many of you still follow that stuff. Oh, it's no big deal. I want to know what they're saying. Well, it's a big deal to maybe the 200 people that follow you, that see you follow their person. They have respect for you, and so they also follow that person. You're leading people astray because of your weakness. It's so hard for people to tell the truth, be the truth, and stand for the truth. Islam is not the Antichrist in the sense of the Antichrist. Islam, period, is Satan. And in the modern context, yes, it qualifies for what really is the Antichrist. You can see it plain as day. And then all these guys that told you Israel is bad and Israel is controlling Trump and Jews this, and all these fucking little dweeb podcasters who try to be something they're not, all of a sudden found fame. Oh, people are looking at me online, try to do the same thing. And then all those big broadcasters got paid off after the Southern Poverty Law Center fell. All of a sudden they changed their message. Can't we just come together? And we got to get both sides together. And people so little don't pay attention, they don't understand it. And then you don't even know about the churches. Here's the scrolling list. Look at the timestamps, folks. This is how many churches are being attacked, burned, and destroyed. You can find all this information, by the way. I will put a link in chat. This is called the Information Aware Map. It maps these things. You can see it. You can look it up. You can see where it's fires, where it was bombs. Look at all the bomb attacks in the United States. Why are you not seeing these current bomb attacks? And it just scrolls by. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. But I think it was pizza and red tennis shoes and 7 rays of light. And I know it because somebody infiltrated Antifa and put in a 6-degree polynomial. And you can't see the world is burning. But I want to talk about who Candace said about Erica. I saw a guy with a mobile phone that was really a gun, that was a bomb, that was a mobile phone, that I listened to Candace, and it came through a telephone pole because it was right there and it went up and the body wouldn't do it that way. Your minds have been captured with bullshit. Therefore, you can only think about and consume bullshit. And because you're only thinking about and consuming bullshit, you can't fight this war. My glasses are steaming up. How about we just go from 2000 to now and the church is burning? Most people aren't following that. You don't know, in some places, 400 churches in the last year have been destroyed. Did you know that number? One place. One place. Oh, by the way, yeah, if you watch their programs, you are basically funding their efforts. But damn, they're good. I like them. They're so nice. And they mention Jesus 5 times a broadcast. Yay! Even Muslims tell you their Allah is the only Allah. Let's talk about fires in churches. It's massive hostile attacks all over. Massive hostile attacks. By the way, during the Biden administration, they shot through the roof. How do you think that happened? You think it was a direct correlation of Islam and illegals coming across the border? I'll give you a baseline. If we took recorded history backwards to up until 2021, right? Right when they took over the illegal election, there were only 592 churches including all places of worship, that were set fire and the churches destroyed. Now, you probably forgot that right when Donald Trump was coming in to be president, 2016, there was a rash of churches on fire. Do you remember that? What type of churches were set on fire then? Black churches. What they try to con you back in 2016, 2017 about Trump, he hates black people. It was the Black Lives Matters movement. All they did is morph into the second term battle. Oh, it's the trans movement. They were setting fires themselves to black churches, trying to say it was white supremacist. So if we go from there up, it was only 592 total that were basically classified as attacks because it was faith-driven. I'd call it terrorism. The government does not. That's another gift that the Obama administration gave us, right? But when you go 2021 onward, it went through the roof. Bang. Why did it go through the roof? What happened in 2020 that all of a sudden it all accelerated? Well, a stolen election, and our borders going to bullshit. Do you remember me showing you this, folks? And again, this is why you have to be able to understand and I'm going to find a video here. Hang on, let me put it in the right place. You have to understand the connective tissues. And so many people do not have linear thinking and are just emotionally driven, and it's the emotion and the chaos that keeps you from linearly thinking. But I just showed you how many it was up until 2021. I'm going to give you another context by which to measure this part I'm going to do for you. Okay? This is illegal immigration, Obama up until 2023, 2024. Every little black dot, how ironic, every little black dot, it's actually a little tiny person, represents 100 people. And you can see where they're coming from. Now, this was the first part of the invasion, and they needed the UK, London, to fall first. And you know it's fallen. They can rape little girls, underage, don't get prison sentences because they'd say Allah instructed them to do it, and it's okay. You as a parent say they raped my precious child, they're Muslim illegals, that's racist speech, you go to jail. Yes, they practice that in both Mecca and Medina. That's how Muhammad took over. But as I play this video for you, what I want you to be aware of is you're looking at a window here from 2008 to 2024. But what I need you to understand, and these are illegals, and almost all Islamic. This is how many people the Biden administration alone let come through the doors as soon as he took office in 2020. It's this almost same number, and he did it in 4 years. You're looking at 22 years that they got London to fall, Britain, UK, etc. It took them 22 years. This is exactly how many people, and I'm not being literally, so somebody to fact check. Oh, I watched it. Oh, it's one different, so it's not. This is approximately the same number that the Biden administration allowed into the United States of America during his fake term. Now, in order for that to happen, The left didn't steal an election. The Dems didn't steal an election. All political parties stole the election because they knew Trump was working on it and going to fix it, and they couldn't have it. And every one of them sold their souls for money. All bullshit, all rigged, all done, all in on it. But Doge is bad. Elon Musk is bad. He's horrible. He's the Antichrist. So is the Jews. Think about how many of your friends and family bought into that bullshit. Bought into that bullshit con. And while you buy into that bullshit con, they keep on invading. So now you know why it accelerated 21 and onward, right? When you go from 596 churches ever recorded U.S.-wise, and all of a sudden you end up being 120 a year. Do you think that's a coincidence? And by the way, I'm only talking about where the church was absolutely against the church, Muslim or anti-religious attack, and or the church was completely destroyed. I cannot cover for you all the ones that were just damaged or set on fire. It's in the thousands. I have no way to cover them. The ticker tape scrolls almost nonstop. That's how much is going on. I can't even cover those because there are so many. Right? Everything jumped through the roof and then doubled the next year, and then doubled the next year, and then doubled the next year, and then doubled the next year. The first one you started seeing fall was France in a big way, and that's when the cartoonists depicted Muhammad. Don't you dare do my Muhammad, and they started executing people. 2023, they did 27 major fires. 2024, this is Paris, 50 major fires. The first part of this year, right? 26, all of them anti-Christian. Not to mention over 1,000 individual Christian attacks in Paris that were technically a hate crime. You can find the statistics. It's the OSCE-OIDAC. But the news doesn't cover it. 1,000 alone, just because they were Christian. Oh, by the way, did you know in some parts of the UK right now that if you leave your house to go to the grocery store and nobody's at home, and Islamists wait to see that, wait for you to leave, and they run into your home and take it over, you can't kick them out because you abandon it? Did you know that? Would you accept that? That's one of the things that's being instituted from Germany to Paris to the UK. Do you know how many family vacation homes are being taken over? For those of you who have a second home or a lake home or a hunting cabin or whatever, if you're not there, they move in. You cannot evict them because technically you abandon it because you were not there. And you can't get them out. And it's very interesting. Well, they say that's the law. You abandon it. You can go there. The only successful undoing I've seen of any of that is, and these people know not to leave, and that's why they have 2 or 3 families and all these kids, because somebody's always there. You got to catch them when nobody's there, and you can do the same to them. One guy in his own home where it got taken over said, screw this, and he moved in with them. And he made it unbearable for them to be there. And as soon as the last one went outside in a moment of not thinking, he captured his house back. Well, you abandoned it. You left it. How many of you have lake homes, lake cabins, family farms, or whatever you don't go to every day or whatever the case may be? If they get there and they find it, you're out. And they will never leave. And that's part of what's going on. In the United Kingdom, how about 100 ecclesiastical churches going down at one time? London, Lancashire, Yorkshire, Essex, Kent, your traditional London heritage, gone. How many in this last few years crimes specifically because somebody was Christian? 3,237. Rapes have gone from a few hundred into the thousands. And not only have rapes gone from, well, rapes actually went from about 100, and they went, last number I saw was like 5,900. And on those 5,900, common thread, Islamic and no convictions. How does that happen? Europe doubled alone since 2023 in churches being burned down. Europe. Germany went up 30%. What they don't tell you is since the decline when there really was race stuff a long time ago, we've been growing at almost 50% a year on churches specifically. 415 in 2024 alone. When there used to be 596 up until 2021. But again, if news doesn't cover these trends, if people don't talk about it, it's like it doesn't exist and nobody thinks about it. France, UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, Austria. Do you see a trend? Do you see a trend in this? What other trends do we have with this? Massive illegal crush. Here are the trends that all go together. Massive illegal crush of countries, U.S. included, of illegals, mostly Islamic. Explosions, even bigger than the numbers I gave you, in mosque. Explosion in city, places, or buildings demanding Sharia law. Explosions in non-prosecution of serious crimes in the United States, murder, rape, etc. No prosecutions, meaning, okay, you're just on probation because they're Islamic. Did all of these trends just kind of happen organically? Or are you seeing it for what it's for? This is the war, and this is the main thing that people are getting corrupted by money, that are selling our country down the shithole. And because they know people don't connect the dots and don't deal with the dots, because they know that, they're getting away with it. And you tend to think it's far. This is just at the Canadian border. Are you not getting it? And people don't even understand that Canada dips down as low as Wyoming and Chicago in the United States. This is just what Canada went through, who accepted a lot more than we did. Why? Because they're still tied to the crown rule. But yet, we live in a world where American people that come out of nowhere all of a sudden sit behind a camera, think they're a news person, think they're a journalist, and claim it, and it's bullshit, and they don't know their ass from a hole of ground, and they're just reading somebody else's headlines. They don't really do any research, and people like them because they praise Jesus, or they have fluffy pillows, or they infiltrated Antifa, or wear a bow tie and I seem innocent. And then you can't even connect the dots. Somebody's going to go around to almost every city in the United States, every single state, and teach people it was the machines. How does somebody do that without underwriting? Can you do it? Could you go to 935 places and speak? And just do it out of the goodness of your heart? Could you? Answer the question honestly. Could you do it? And then you've got the cities. It's Muslim Appreciation Day, which will go to Muslim Appreciation Week, which will go Muslim Appreciation Month. Now, some cities are fighting it, right? Graham Perry said, screw that stuff, but that's one of the first cities they infiltrated in Texas. But see, I really am beginning to think we are stupid Americans. I'm not saying you're stupid, but I think predominantly we are stupid Americans. We don't give a shit. We don't look around. We're rubberneckers. We don't care. Don't bother me. Right? Come by, everybody, be there, whatever you want to be. No big deal. And in our apathetic nature, they have cannibalized our country. Oh, don't speak out. It's kind of why I'm hated when you started seeing me December 20th testifying in the Senate. And I basically told Republican and Democrat senators alike, you're full of shit. And you just don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go, oh, salama maliki, malika my salami, Senator. You are so great. Oh, man, you are so exalted. You're a senator. I said, when one corrected me, well, I don't think you know what my background is. And I said, I don't care what your background is because it doesn't matter. You're wrong. Of course, I get on the shit list. Yep, PBS has been having Muslim American stories portraying them as peace-loving great Americans. There you go. This is the war. This is the war. This is what's really going on. This is why they've got to get a president that can be a cackling hyena or a demented pedophile. So everybody turns away. This is why it's the blame game. Every single one of these is planned. And you go back to the very beginning with the Russia collusion, and you look at these churches being burned, and Obama and them saying it's racist. They just want to get rid of black people, want to get rid of black people, want to get rid of gay people, want to get rid of trans people, want to get rid of everybody who has brown skin. Why can't America see the tactic they're dividing us with? But they're the most peaceful. They're the most loving. They're the most kind. They're not kind. They're just blind. I accept it. I'm going to hop over to my locals now. Right? And I'm doing a story. If you're on Rumble right now, I'm going to dive into detail these stories. I'm breaking them down. Stuff you've never been taught or known. This particular one is, Allah told me to take your wife. I know she's pretty and young. But Allah told me to do it. It's in the Quran. Even though the Quran was already written. But it's in the Quran. You've got to know this stuff. And yes, it's suicidal empathy. I know you're not part of it. But I also know many of you follow the same people that are the very people out there destroying the system. And you can't even bring yourself not to. And that worries me. I'm just telling you the truth. That worries me. Sorry, I got something tangling me under my desk. Not an intern. Why would you think that? It's a full-time employee. No, it's my cabling cords for audio. Yes, this stresses me. Sorry, I come across indignant or whatever, but I'm going, I think maybe I'm old school. My handshake is still good. My word is still good. People also must live to their word. Bullshit has to walk. And it scares me. It scares me that so many things in the United States of America, our precious nation, are run as a popularity contest. It scares me. And by the way, in case you haven't heard it, you are not required to like me, love me, adore me, or anything. It doesn't matter. I'll still be doing what I do. But I'll earn my keep with you because I will deliver you the facts. You can audit me, you can audit it all, and you should know you're standing in truth. not just repeating bullshit. I will earn my keep. You are not obliged to just blindly hand it over to me. I'll see you over at Locals next. Watch for a link. Watch for a link that comes up. And that's how you jump over. I will post it across the channels. Now you can see it on Rumble and stuff. Okay, I'll post it across the channels. But first, let me get your energy level up.
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no! Pop, motherfucker, now she's gone! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease! You fuck around and find out it's what it is! Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease! Fuck around and find out what that is!
You fight for free and fair elections, invented scan the ballots of kinematic artifact detection. You love to read and learn, travel and explore. You're a fearless, brave-heart patriot who's opened doors. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. You lead by God and always do what's right. In the battle for our nation, you lead the fight. We pray for your safety, the armor of God to protect you from all of us. Here's a thank you for all that you do. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. Jovan, you're a hero we stand behind. We're inspired by the fire inside your eyes. always stand behind you through everything. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior.